Hello everyone, it's Austin and we are back with another episode of my $10 PlayStation Collection series. We started off with a $10 bill. We went to thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores, looking for anything that we can flip, and then we used that flipped profit to purchase and build a giant PlayStation collection. To start off this week, I wanted to talk about a big topic in the gaming world. By the time this releases, this will have already been a couple of weeks, but I want to share my thoughts and opinions on PlayStation going completely digital in the year 2028. So I just wanted to cover how this will impact me as a gamer and as a collector. So as a gamer, I think this will drastically change I guess what platform I want to play on and what specific games. When it comes to purchasing video games in general, I mostly just buy pre-owned games at a lower price. And there's a couple of reasons as to why you can tend to find lower prices on pre-owned games at secondhand markets. And also you're always taking a risk when you're buying a video game to play for the first time because you don't actually know if you'll like it or not. I think 50% of the video games that I play, I never complete, simply because I don't have a lot of time and I don't want to waste my time playing something that I don't enjoy. I'd rather play a game that I do like and am willing to complete all the way through. And so with Sony going completely digital, this makes that risk a lot more if you're willing to pay those digital prices. And Sony will have the power to control these prices on their platform, and there's a good chance they might ever go down. So if I'm able to find certain games that are on other platforms like the Xbox or Nintendo, I will tend to go the pre-owned route and find them at secondhand markets so that I can get a better deal on these games. Unless Xbox and Nintendo all decide to go digital as well, which very well could happen, I might be transitioning more to those consoles. Also with buying pre-owned games, you lose that option of picking up great and new titles at a really cheap price. I picked up both of these games for $10 a piece. That allowed me to actually discover some of these games and play them for the first time. I think if PlayStation goes that all digital route, I will lose that access to discover some of these great titles because they just won't appear on my radar. Since I was able to find these at secondhand markets, I was able to just pick them up, pop them in the PlayStation 5 and give them a try. Now as a collector, this will impact me hugely because PlayStation has been my choice of platform to collect for the past couple of years. And now for newer titles, it's gonna have to come to an end. But there is still a huge library of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games that I am still looking for and wanting to check out. Now what I'm going to miss the most is just collecting special editions and collector editions like these steel books. Really big fan of having these because it's a little bit extra, more to games that you really like. And with PlayStation no longer having physical discs, I wouldn't just want one of these with nothing in it or a code in the box. Also collector statues and things like that, so that's really going to be a bummer. I hope Nintendo and Xbox do not go this digital route, but it seems inevitable at this point. I'm still a big retro collector too though, so there's a lot out there. I think prices are gonna surge initially on that 2028 date, but I think things will go back down eventually. But yeah guys, those are some of my off the top thoughts on PlayStation's big news. Overall, I'm still gonna play and collect physical media. This is just a hobby at the end of the day. Back to this collection though, we're still on the grind and on the hunt for these games on my whiteboard. But without further ado, let's jump into our collection and get into these sales. Here at the game showcase, and we just got one sale so far. Not a bad one. It's gonna be this Metroid Prime Hunters. Missing the manual, but this one sold for $48. We picked this one up for about $7 at a thrift store. Here we are at the game showcase, and we got some sales for this week. The first item we sold is gonna be this anime collection. This one we picked up like the first week, and we sold this one for $15. DVDs and Blu-rays tend to be a little better for me because shipping is a lot less. The next item we sold is actually a bundle of games. So we got these two loose Switch games, Scribblenauts and RPI 21, and we sold these for $18. Picked these up for like $1 a piece. And then lastly, we sold this huge DVD collection of the Americans Complete series, and this sold for $82, which is huge. We picked this one up for around $5 at a thrift store. So let's go ahead and get all this packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. Made our way to a Pawn America store, and I already found something really good. I'll show you guys in a little bit, but yeah, just browsing through their PlayStation section, and we got a Ratchet and Clank here. This one's actually sealed for $8. We can get this for a little bit lower. Could consider grabbing this because it does value for around like 20-ish. So we'll hang on to this one for right now. Everything else, I don't see this one too often. But yeah, I already dug through a lot of this stuff. I think this is just pretty much everything that's been here for, the past couple months now. I'll show you guys anything else that I do find. I haven't gone all the way through to look yet. A couple more PlayStation games over here, but really nothing too special. This Onimusha for 20. I think this is pretty much how much it's going for though. And then a ton of Switch 2 games over here as well for, again, some really decent prices. $49 for a sealed copy of Legends ZA. Some other sealed games, $60 for Mario Kart World. And then, yeah, some decent prices on these as well. They all seem to be sealed too, so not bad. Alright, so this is actually turning out to be one of the greatest visits at a pawn shop so far in this series. Again, just browsing through the Blu-rays and finding some pretty cool stuff. Red vs. Blue, Season 10. I saw this Dragon Ball Z Superhero. There were a couple of Blu-rays that I'm very interested in. They got The Punisher. I've actually never seen this one, but it is sealed on Blu-ray, and this one values for around like 15 to 20. And I believe Blu-rays are all $3 each. And then we have this right here, something I've never seen before, some kind of anime movie or TV show. And this one has like a reprinted label on it. Belongs to a library, I guess, in Florida. But looking inside, the discs are in there. And the crazy thing is, this thing values for around $100. That's what I'm seeing on eBay. But unfortunately, this disc right here is not in the greatest shape. It's got like some cracks on it, so I'm not sure if it'll actually work or play. It might actually, because I don't know if a lot of the data is on those inner rings. I'm not sure if you guys can even see it. I spoke with one of the employees to see if they did have like a Blu-ray player that I could possibly just pop this into and test it out, but he said just take it, it's on him, he'll pay for it. So if that's the case, we're probably getting this one for free, and I'll be able to test it out at home. But wow, it's been a good visit so far at this stop. You guys saw already too that I brought up a Guitar Hero game on the PS4, and it had 2 dongles in there, which is crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. But I know those dongles do hold a ton of value still, so we're going to be grabbing that for sure. For this week, we're checking out a GameStop store, and they're currently having a buy 2 get 1 free sale, so we'll probably just be looking for some retro games, maybe some lower end games to bundle together. I didn't really spend too much time at this store, but I'm gonna quickly show you guys what I found. Taking a peek in the PlayStation section, and we got a PlayStation 1 game, this Spec Ops for $4.99. Could possibly be one just to pick up and add to our collection. I don't have too many PlayStation 1 games still. And then in the PS2 section, I really didn't find too much either. Got this Art of Fighting for $20-ish. And then down here, I found a copy of Jak 2, which I already have in my collection. We're still looking for Jak 3 though. And then a couple of games down here. We got Test Drive and Tony Hawk's Proving Ground for $4.99. Taking a peek in the PlayStation 3 section next, and found a copy of Dante's Inferno for around $20. And then there was one game, this Formula 1 for $4.99. This one actually does value for around 15 bucks, so could be one just to pick up and flip. Got some Killzone games here as well. Again, I didn't find too much at this stop, but I still wanted to pick up some stuff for this buy two get one free sale. So I think I'm just gonna grab some like $5 games and bundle them up together. I found this Arkham VR game. Scanning through the PlayStation 4 section more, and we got this My Hero Wants Justice for $4.99. Surprisingly, this one is still really cheap, so I might grab it for the collection. And then we got a copy of Steep for $4.99, one of my favorites. Would love to check this game out again. I wonder if they've done any updates to it. But I guess these are the 3 games that we're just going to be grabbing here. We are back at the game showcase with 3 more sales. First item's going to be this Metal Gear 4. And I picked up 2 copies on this on accident, so I'm just going to sell one of them. And we sold this one for $15.50. The next item we sold is going to be this PC trilogy of the Hitman. And we sold this one for $16.50. Picked it up for around $2 or $3 at a thrift store. And then the last item is going to be this Saints Row Notorious Edition for the PlayStation 5. We sold this one for $26 and picked it up for around $5 at a GameStop. Let's go ahead and get these items packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. This week we're checking out this Pawn America store, and dug through a little bit already and really didn't find too much. Got some lower end PlayStation 5 games. I mean, 20 for Tekken 8 isn't too bad. Undisputed. Never seen this one before. Some kind of zombie apocalypse game. Actually looks kind of interesting. Let's hang on to this. I don't know anything about this one. Armor Games Studio. And then we got some more games over here. Dragon Ball Z. Tony Hawk's 3 and 4. I feel like 20 is a really good price for that. We'll hang on to that too. Ratchet and Clank. Didn't see too much in the PS4 section. Got this Crew 2, which I don't know much about, but like $10 is really good. Last Guardian. I'll have to ask the prices for what they have on these two. Apparently there's no prices on them. A couple more PS4 games over here. A couple of Switch games, Minecraft, and this Core Collection for Five Nights at Freddy's for 20 isn't too bad. I was just considering grabbing like some lower end PS3 or PS2 games if I could find any, or maybe just find some obscure titles on the PS3. Not seeing any right now. This is an awesome find, this South Park Fractured But Whole. It's a steelbook version, so really nice. We ended up grabbing these two for $25 total. They did allow $10 for this Hitman 3, so just coming away with these two. For our last stop, we're checking out this Maxit pawn shop, and I always score big at this location. We got some PS4 games here, and these are all marked at around $3 to $4. Got this Call of Duty Black Ops, and then also this copy of Hitman 2, which I don't have in my collection yet. I've been finding a good amount of Hitman games, so we'll see if we do grab it. A couple more Call of Duty games, and then we got a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 for $4. Debated on grabbing this one as well. Was complete with the map and both the discs. Found a copy of Last of Us Remastered for $3. Could possibly grab that one as well. And then we got Kingdom Hearts, which I don't have in the collection yet, but for $4, may pass on that. This Deus Ex is still here. I did find some loose games, and after looking at them some more, it was a copy of Spider-Man, Miles Morales. And I believe these were marked at $2 a piece, so I went ahead and grabbed both of them. They weren't in the greatest condition either, but got a copy of Minecraft here. Up on the rack up front, they had some 50-cent games, Xbox 360 titles like Lost Planet, which this is an easy pickup for me. I could possibly just trade these in at some point. And then also Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning. Taking a look at the glass case now, and they had a good amount of games in here. A lot of them were on sale. So they had like some Mario Party games and Mario Kart games, but they were still at around the $30 mark. They had a couple PS2 games up here, which I asked to take a look at. This Scarface game was very interesting. It was marked at around $50 though, so I passed on it. And then we got this WWE Crush Hour game. This one was marked at around $3 to $4 also, so I decided to pick this one up too. We are now back in the game room, and wow, what another crazy week of pickups for us. Let's take some time to go over all of them. Starting off at a Pawn America store, and with our biggest pickup, we got this Guitar Hero Live, and inside we actually got 2 USB dongles. Always be on the lookout for these dongles because they are still very desirable. And then we picked up 2 Blu-rays, this anime Blu-ray, which we actually got for free. I did not have a chance to test this out yet, but this one does value for around like $50 to $100. And then lastly, this Punisher sealed. Never seen this movie before, but a very iconic and popular one. Then we just went to a GameStop to take advantage of their buy 2 get 1 free sale. I really didn't find too much, but still wanted to grab something. Picked up a copy of Steep. I remember playing this one when it released. A very realistic snowboarding game. I wasn't really too good at it, but for $4.99, a great one to add to the collection along with My Hero Wants Justice. Very popular anime. I'm surprised this one is so low in value, but I don't know if this is a good game or not. It's probably a bad game since it is so low in price. And then lastly, we just picked up Formula 1 Championship Edition. Don't know too much about these Formula 1 games, but they are kind of popular as well. We made a visit to another Pawn America store and picked up 2 games for $25. We got Hitman 3 on the PlayStation 5, and this is the last game in the trilogy. Reviewed very well. These are probably the greatest stealth games that you can play. Just very solid overall. You got 6 maps and many different ways and methods to play the game. A lot of silly ways that you can approach this game for sure. And then we actually found a copy of Final Fantasy VIII on the PlayStation 1 for $15. This was definitely one of the black sheeps in the series. It wasn't regarded as one of the best ones, but there's still a lot of people that did enjoy this game. It had huge expectations following a game like Final Fantasy VII, and although it didn't measure up to that game, this was still a very solid one. They did make some improvements to the graphics and design, but overall the story and characters just weren't as beloved as some of the other characters from the Final Fantasy games. Lastly, we went to a Maxit pawn shop, and this is probably one of my favorite stores because they always price their games at around $3 to $4. We picked up a couple of 50-cent games. We got Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning and Lost Planet, one of my favorite games on the 360. For $50, I just couldn't pass up on them. Probably will just trade them in at some point. Then we got a good amount of PlayStation 4 games. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. This is one that I passed up on last time, but decided to grab it now for $3. A really highly rated game as well. I don't know too much about this game. It's a first-person shooter. Maybe a little bit of stealth in there as well. More of a futuristic storyline with augmented humans and them being deemed as outcasts in society. Then we got a copy of Hitman 2. Decided to pick it up because we also found part 3 in this series, so yeah, it's going to be adding this to the collection as well. Got a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2, and this is complete. Comes with a map. One of my favorite and most historic games to play. We'll probably just be flipping this. Not sure how much value it holds. Got a couple of loose games. Picked up Spider-Man, Miles Morales on the PS4, and this one trades in pretty well at GameStop. We picked up a copy of Minecraft, PlayStation 4 edition. Minecraft games are, I don't know if they're still popular or not. Let me know if you guys are still playing Minecraft. And then lastly, we just got WWE Crush Hour, which is a very silly game. It is pretty much a Twisted Metal clone where you pick WWE wrestlers from the early 2000s, each of them having their own unique vehicle, and yeah, you just drive around, shoot each other, go through the storyline, and eventually take down Vince McMahon. But yeah, that's all the games that we grabbed for this week. A good assortment of games that we can add to our collection, and some titles that we can throw up on eBay to build up that game fund. That's all I pretty much got for this week though. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and as always, I'll see you all on the next one.